Hi, I'm Daniel Cooper from PCE, and I'm here to talk about forecasting ESOP transactions, what to watch out for. The who is preparing the projections, that's incredibly important. The who drives the motivation behind the projections and potential biases. So you could take a court case like Rembar, where the preparer of the projections was the selling shareholder and was a senior executive at the company. He wasn't paying himself, so when he put the projections together, he didn't include any compensation for his replacement. The mistake made by the prior appraiser was that they valued the company based on the CFO or the CEO making no money whatsoever. So the company was overvalued, and the correct way to do it would have been to bake into the forecast used to value the company a normal market salary for his replacement. In summary, who's preparing the projections is important, and pay attention to what motivations they have and what adjustments you as the trustee's financial advisor may need to make to those forecasts to have the ESOP transaction be fairly priced. It's really important to look at what the rest of the industry is doing when you're working on an ESOP transaction and you're using projections to value the company. The market research that the trustee's financial advisor should conduct needs to focus on the top customers. This is clear in one of the court cases that was litigated about 10 years ago. The backstory was there was a company called SJP. They were a subcontractor to home builders. They put out a very rosy set of forecasts in 2007. The trustee's appraiser accepted the forecasts, valued the company based on those forecasts at quite a high number. It turned out, even before the transaction had closed and the ESOP had paid the money for the company, that their largest customer, a home builder, had put out a press release saying that they were going to substantially decrease the amount of homes that they were building. So it was known and knowable that the projections were based on a bit of a fantasy. And addressing that and doing the market research in advance is something that's important for the trustee's financial advisor to do. The track record of a company in setting forecasts and meeting that expectation is very important. If a company has been consistently forecasting 3-5 years out growth that it then achieves, that's a huge plus when a trustee's financial advisor is looking at projections at the time of a deal. It gives the trustee team a lot more comfort that management can forecast accurately and that these forecasts are attainable. On the flip side, if the company has never done multi-year forecasts and then suddenly, as in association with the ESOP transaction, goes ahead and pulls together a 5-year forecast, that's a bit of a warning sign. They haven't had a track record of seeing that far into the future, and you could take a court case like Constellis, where that was the exact fact pattern that the trustee's financial advisor in that case got reprimanded for, in a sense, because they had just accepted the forecast, accepted that management could forecast 5 years into the future, whereas looking back, this company had only ever prepared 1-year budgets. So it's important to check the track record and see that management can follow through and do what it says when performing your role as trustee's financial advisor. If there's one thing to take away from today's video, it's to approach management's projections that are prepared in association with an ESOP transaction with a healthy dose of skepticism. Pay attention to who is preparing the projections, why they're being prepared, and don't just accept them at face value when completing an ESOP transaction. Thanks for watching today's video. If you appreciate the content, subscribe and smash the like button. Also, if you're curious about the court cases we've been chatting about today, They're linked in the comments section.